This is Lewis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store and William Hill. Delighted to be joined with Dalton Smith. We're in a roasting room at Wembley Arena. I think you're all right, you've got the basketball top on, but we're sort of 3 or 4 weeks away now. July 1st, Dalton Smith takes on Sam Maxwell. Sort of just had a little face-to-face press conference there. How's things though, mate? How do you sort of find that?
We're 3 weeks out. It's we've still got 3 weeks to go. It's quite a long time, but I definitely feel confident. Especially, I can always say you can feel energy when you look into somebody's eyes. And I just felt confident there. But for the foot, I usually trend basketball shirts. I spilled coffee on my white T-shirt, so quick trip to JD, and this is all I could get.
That's absolutely fair enough. It's sort of a typical question, but how's camp been for you? How do you deal with now you're sort of stepping up serious levels now? It's the opponents are getting more tougher and more tougher. But the camp's getting harder, or is it more of the same stuff?
Do you know what it was? Like my last 2 performances in my camps were, I was just going through the motions a little bit. Obviously my career's, I've been blasting people away. Literally my life went from there to, propelled. And sometimes you can get caught up in the shit. You know what I mean? And I had the 2 fights. I've been very active since turning professional. And especially from my last fight, it's the longest layoff I've had, and I've just been able to sit back, recuperate. And I know every fighter says it, but this has been the best camp I've ever had. I've been out in LA, and I've just found that hunger there again. And when I say that hunger, it's not from falling in love with boxing. Boxing's my life. It's just I've got the fight I wanted 18 months ago. And I've just had that, I've had that, that killer mentality in camp.
I was going to say that because the Sam Maxwell fight, it was meant to happen sort of 18 months ago. Does it feel good that you're getting it now after sort of waiting so long for it? It's sort of a fight that's always been touted about. So, when you sort of beat Sam Mason, when you beat Billy Allington, everyone's like, we still want to see the Sam Maxwell fight. So it's finally happening. So that's what spurs the hunger on, would you say?
Yeah, like I said, my last 2 performances, it's, I was just going through the motions a little bit in camp. Obviously one of them I was ill, but no excuses. I just wanted that fight, what give me that, that hunger, and it's put me into that mindset, and this is it. I wanted to fight 18 months ago, and obviously Sam, I was mandatory to fight Sam, but he vacated and went a different route. This is the biggest fight for him now, so it's a no-brainer for him to take the fight. But that's another 18 months of me developing, and it's just. I'd have been confident to get it done in style 18 months ago, so even more bigger fashion now.
100%. Another thing I sort of wanted to say, I saw you sort of sparring Vergil Ortiz. I know it's sort of a lot of been talking about it. He's got a big fight coming up against Stanionis. Training in LA, training with him. What was that like as an experience when you compare it to sort of in England?
That was the main reason to go over, to get the hardest sparring we could get. And to be honest, I went over and we wanted to do a bit with Vergil, but we didn't think he was going to be back in camp. But luckily for us, he was, and I was able to get some rounds with him, and it was just great to spend some time, around some of the different fighters, and they're some best fighters in the world. And I got some great sparring in there, great preparation for this fight.
Do you feel like the hostility in an American gym?
Of course, it's definitely there in the gyms, but we're always out there training with Manny Robles. I've got to say, they definitely took us under his wing and made us feel welcome. And as much as the sparring's hard, it's hostile. They're real good people in there and made us feel really welcome. And I can't wait to get back over there and spend some more time and catch up with Manny again.
100%. Another thing I sort of wanted to ask you was, with yourself, you're such a sort of touted, I wouldn't even say a prospect now, you've got a lot of titles where people are touting you for such world level. When you hear things like that from a lot of respected people, how do you deal with that pressure in a way?
That's why I've done it all my life. If I wasn't confident in my abilities, I don't need somebody to tell me how good I am. I know I'm achieving things I'm achieving from working hard, making the sacrifices. So when I'm achieving things, it's only right because I'm making those sacrifices. I'm putting my body through pain, on most days to achieve these things. I don't need somebody to tell me how good I am. I've just got to keep on winning.
Dalton Smith, thank you for your time and all the best on July 1st. Appreciate it. Thank you, mate.